Hi everyone, so we're back on Playscripts today, and your low is to write a Playscript. Now we haven't done this since last Thursday because you had your choice day on Friday. So today we're back on them and you're going to be writing your Playscript. So last week we had a look at an example of a Playscript and we went through them and we talked about the stage directions and how they're there to inform the producer and the actors and actresses what they've got to do, how they've got to speak, where they've got to move when they enter and exit. We talked about the different characters and you wrote some of your opening stage direction, and I think you wrote some adverbs about how your characters spoke at different points in the scene, and you wrote about stage directions that you could put all the way through to inform them. So I've put on here the 3 pages that you're going to be concentrating on. So page 14, I think you can just start from "Did you wash your hands?" asked their father. And then if you carry on with your speech all the way through to the end, I said "Go to your room," and that's when his dad shouts to him and tells him he has to go to his room because he's called his mother a liar. And it's the conversation, if you remember, that they are having in at the dining table about Bradley's mum not going to parents' evening. So I've done an example here of a Playscript. If you want to pause the video and have a read of that, that would be good. So my opening stage direction says, Mr. and Mrs. Ebbles sit at a small table in their dining room. Notice that I've written it in present tense because it's for the producers and actors and actresses to use right then at the present. Bradley and Claudia walk into the room and do not look happy with what is on their plates. So there, I've given a direction of the kind of expressions they would pull, the things that they would be doing to prove that they are not happy. Mum wears an apron, Dad looks stern. Then I've got my characters down the left-hand side, Mr. Ebble. So then I've put a stage direction there in brackets. Remember that the ones that are within the dialogue are always in brackets, looking at his children. And we talked about how it was important that the stage direction within the dialogue was before they actually spoke, so the actors and actresses would know what to do. Did you wash your hands? Bradley, yes. Claudia, yes. Bradley and Claudia sit at the table moodily. Notice I've got another stage direction there of what they are going to do. I've got it on a brand new line. And then Bradley, and this is said, he is moaning it. So that his voice will be very moany in this. I hate fish. Now I've just done, that's just my really short example there. So today you're going to be writing your own Playscript, which will obviously be longer than that. You can use some ideas from what I've just written, but most importantly, I want you to think of your own. So you're low to write a Playscript. So I've put yesterday, that was a mistake because I planned for you to do it on the Friday. But the last lesson that we did, planning of stage directions, and today's planning of speech, write up this section of the book into a Playscript. So your steps to success. You have to have an opening stage direction where you set the scene, the character on the left and the speech on the right. Remember, there's a colon after the character before they speak. There is a stage direction before a person speaks to say how they are speaking. You won't need this for every line, only some of them where it's something particularly different. Stage direction on a new line if the characters move at all. So if it's something where the character has to move or the actor or actress has to move from one part of the stage to another, you would start a new line and talk about how they moved and where they need to move from and to. Top tip I've put there, inverted commas or speech marks are not needed. You never need them in a Playscript. So you've got all your planning that you did last Thursday. I would suggest that from the pages I've given you before, going back slightly, there we go, to these pages, have a look through and try and find all the actual speech. You will need to know what goes on in the description in between, but you need to know what is said in order to do your Playscript. Then going back to your task, that is what you're going to be doing today. I think that is pretty clear, and you've done a good job so far of what you've done with your Playscripts. So remember the stage directions. I don't want to see any inverted commas at all in a Playscript. See what you can do, make it as interesting as possible. Remember, your job in doing this is to make it easy for the producer and the actor and actress. Good luck, and I'll look forward to seeing all your pieces.